Okay, so last one we're going to go over. We got this dollar index. So, yeah, don't really know too much about what's going on with the dollar index right now. So, I mean, it is bearish. We know that. Price is below this moving average. So, but you've seen it kind of fly out of this zone here at this 99.25 level here. It flew out of this zone and now tested this area here, pulled back a little bit, and now you got this massive bullish candle smashing this. So I do think the dollar is still bearish overall long term, but this might be just a temporary short term kind of a bit of a bull run. So this might push higher and higher, might push back to this 103 level actually, because it appears that it's about to smash this level. So depending on how today closes, there's still 7 hours left, but this candle is very bullish, about to head through this zone. And even when price came into this little zone here, like it pulled back and it pushed out of this zone, but I mean these candles are still pretty weak. And actually this candle right here pulled back. It came down, but it pulled back quite a bit. So this tells me the dollar wants to come up a bit still. So yeah, I have this drawn up here. This was my monthly range before, so I think it's still pretty valid. Letting price come back up to 103 before we look at any any positions with that. So I don't actually trade the dollar index. I just use it to monitor all my dollar pairs and see how they might react. Because obviously, if the dollar pushes up, then euro dollar, pound dollar, those are most likely going to push down. But because it's the relative strength of the dollar. But yeah, I think as far as looking at this, I think the 103 level is still safe. I do think it's going to crack this little area here that we have and head up higher. Higher than this, I don't really know. I don't think so. I don't think we'd go higher than 103, but because at that point you're testing this daily moving average as well. You're testing this previous zone here. Yeah, you're just you can see this price action is still very bearish, on the weekly. But these last few weeks have been pretty bullish. So I mean, it'll really come down to what this week does. You can see last week hit this zone and pulled back quite a bit. We'll see how this week closes. Obviously, we still have a few days. Might come up to this zone and then pull back heavily. Or I mean, if it breaks this zone, then you're looking at a bullish dollar for a bit, so that could change a lot of things. But that's also possible, and I mean, that wouldn't actually surprise me, because the dollar, I mean, the interest rates I think are at 5.25 or 5.5 or something. So I mean, the dollar, there's a lot of fundamentals that come into play, but the currency itself is bullish because of the high interest rates relative to like pretty much every other currency. And then the fact that it's the world reserve currency, so I mean it's always going to be in demand. Yes, with inflation, the value of the dollar goes down, but there's other reasons that would also go up in value. So, and I mean, even if you think of gold versus the dollar, like people are more accepting of US dollars than they are of gold. Yes, they'll still take gold, but they'll take $1 million in cash, in the dollar, in US dollars versus gold, because like gold's a pain to move around, and you can't you really just have to trade it. You can't buy anything with it, so you'd have to exchange it for US dollars, because that is the currency that we accept places to buy things, to buy food, to buy guns, to buy anything. We accept US dollars. We don't really accept gold. I mean, we'll take it, and I mean during end times, which may be coming up soon, gold will be widely accepted everywhere, I'm sure. But as far as right now, I think the US dollar is more valuable than gold. I think just any dollars really are, to be honest, because that's what we use, that's what we transact. So as far as strength in the US dollar index, I mean it's very possible if it breaks these two zones. I mean, it might go on a bit of a bull run, and then you're looking at probably 104 level, 105, all these other areas. So it is possible. We'll just have to wait see what it does on these two zones here. That's really all we can do is just wait, because there's too much. I mean, this is very, very bullish since this 99.25, just straight up, pulled back a little bit now, big bull candle through this. So we will have to wait and see what it does at this zone and this moving average, especially. If it rejects in this moving average, then we're probably good to keep going down. But if it breaks this moving average and closes above it a couple times, I mean, that means the dollar might be gaining some strength. So yeah, that's the dollar index. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Really appreciate all the support. It's good to teach these things. I think it really helps people get out of positions they're in life that they would there's more ideal positions to be in. So making more money via trading is obviously a great thing you could do for yourself. So I love teaching this. I think a lot of people are benefiting from it, so that makes me happy. So yeah, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, share it, and I'll see you in the next one.